y'all, this is your girl Rosita Cooper, aka Miss Sip with Sip on Radio, and today I have Mr. Rodney C here on Living Your Dreams with Rosita. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good.
Good, good.
So tell me what you got going on. I know you stopping through Atlanta. Y'all doing what, a tour?
Well, no, we doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But first and foremost, my name is Rodney Stone. I'm professionally known as Rodney C. I'm one half of the original Double Trouble. I was featured in the very first hip-hop, breakdance, and graffiti movie ever created. It was called Wild Style. It's considered the Bible of hip-hop. Opened the doors for all the movies and things going on today. In addition to that, I'm 1/5 member of the Funky Four, plus one more, and the Funky Four plus one. We were the very first hip-hop group from the Bronx, New York to get a legitimate record deal. We were the very first hip-hop group with a female. Her name is Sha-Rock. She is the first female of hip-hop. And we were the very first hip-hop group to do national television. We did Saturday Night Live with Deborah Harry on Valentine's Day, 1981. My first record is actually 41 years old. So I've been in this game for a very long time. I helped to give birth to this thing we call hip-hop.
Nice. So what do you have going on now? I know you said a little bit of this, so tell me about the little bit of this. Cause you know I'm just not gonna take.
No, I got you. I got you.
That.
I got
you. See what I'm saying?
I got you. So I mean, I got my hands in a few things. You know.
So you just switched up a little bit of this and that to a few.
I'm
give me some.
Listen, I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna give you some. Hold up. Wait a minute. No, I got you. Okay, I'm director of special projects for Praise, Peace, and Pride in Court.
Okay.
We're a nonprofit youth organization, and we operate out of the South Bronx. Our mission statement is to create positive alternatives for youth against drugs, crime, violence, and gang activity. I run a program called Safe Night, which is set up and designed to get young people off the street, giving them something positive to do, while assisting them to hone their skills and talents that may lead them to careers in the entertainment industry. So, Safe Night is a concept that was conceived over 25 years ago in Wisconsin. Youth leaders in Wisconsin felt the need to create environments that were drug-free, weapon-free, and argument-free. So they created Safe Night. Since its inception in 1994, they produced over 500 Safe Nights in Wisconsin. The concept has swept the country. On June 5th, 1999, there was a national kickoff and campaign. 50 states and 2 other countries were involved, and over 1,000 sites were set up to produce what they call Safe Night USA. I personally assisted in helping to set up 6 Safe Night sites in New York, and I believe we had the most across the country. I like the Safe Night concept so much that I began replicating Safe Nights. And from 1999 to 2012, I produced over 100 Safe Nights. So that's some of the stuff that I do. Working with young people, that's the goal, you know what I mean? Because I got caught up in what I consider to be the politics or the politics of the business, you know, and I know that there's a lot of young people who have the same aspirations that I had, you know what I mean, about being in the entertainment game, you know what I mean? But when I first got in, I didn't know my eye from my elbow.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I had to learn the hard way.
Okay, well that's good that you're dealing with the young folks, because I have a nonprofit organization called My Brothers, and I get teenagers and young adults out of gangs. So I be like the special guest speaker at boarding schools and stuff, and I find out their talent links them with celebrities or, you know, business owners, whatever their interest is. I try to link them. At one time I had a dance group, and we used to travel with celebrities and stuff. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, but they came out the game.
Okay.
So it's like, I love changing their lives, so it's good when people, you know, give back and stuff to help the kids. Okay.
All right, well, my manager, Sergio Carter, that's what he does. He works with young people.
Nice.
He's a music Genius, pretty much. Like, I watch this dude, you know what I mean? And I'm learning every day, you know what I mean, something about him. But he does the same thing. He works with young people, you know what I mean, who may or may not be gang related, but whatever their situation is, he brings them in under his wing. And he's a drum major. Like, he's into, he do that drumline stuff. There you go. And his kids, they be killing it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Okay, so on Living Your Dreams with Rosita, I have a testimonial part. And it's basically to help inspire people to follow their dreams and don't give up on their dreams.
Right.
So I want you to tell a testimonial part of something that you went through in your life that made you almost want to give up. And how did you get past it?
My second record deal. I had 2 record deals. I was signed to Enjoy Records in '79, and then I got signed to Sugar Hill Records in 1980. Sugar Hill was probably the best thing and the worst thing that could ever happen to me. You know what I mean? The best thing because it gave me an opportunity to have my voice, you know, hit the planets worldwide. The worst thing is that they took advantage of me. They led me and they misled me at the same time. You know what I mean? I have a mentor. His name is Jose Ferrer. And Jose, you know, is a real good dude, you know, and he basically helped me to understand me, you know, because for me, getting one of the first record deals in the hip hop game and to be led and misled at the same time, you know, I got to a point in my life where I had walked away from that record deal, right? And I walked away from the record deal because of pride. And at the time, you know, I was a real spiritual brother, you know what I mean? So my spirituality wouldn't allow me to stay in a situation that I knew wasn't going to be a benefit to me. You know what I mean? Unfortunately for me, at that time, there was nowhere else to go. You know what I mean? I was signed to 2 of the first 3 record labels who had decided to even have anything to do with hip hop. You know what I mean? And so it sent me into a depression state. I was in a depression state for about 6 months. You know what I mean? And then when I came out of it, I came out with, I'm not giving up. I'm not going to allow this record company to define me, you know what I mean, that I'm going to keep it going. So I created a group called Double Trouble. Now, the name is simple. It was me and my man. That was Double. And both of us got caught up in the politics of the business, so we looked at that as trouble. So,
you know what?
Trouble.
Me and one of my friends getting ready to open up a restaurant, and we was gonna name it Double Trouble.
Okay.
But I'm not now. We're gonna have to come up with another name. But just to hear you say that, and me and her was just talking about that before I left the house.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a common name. You know what I mean? There's a few.
But we were actually in trouble.
Right.
You know.
So, you know. Now me and my man, you know, KK Rockwell, you know, he was one of the founding members of the Funky Four, and the Funky Four plus one more, and the Funky Four plus one. You know what I mean? And we grew up together. And he was a part of the Brothers Disco, and I was with another group called the Magnificent Seven. And we ended up leaving, you know, Sugar Hill and the Funky Four together, you know. And in the 6 months that I was going through my depression state, I was still writing rhymes. But I was writing like revenge rhymes, you know what I mean? And I would see him from time to time, and when I would see him, I would, you know, recite one of the rhymes, and he was like, yo, that'd be hot. You know what I mean? So eventually, I said to him, you know, let's do it. Let's form another group, and let's do it. Now, at the time that we formed Double Trouble, Electric Boogie was hot across the country. And everywhere we went, we seen the kids with the white gloves, and, you know, I mean, they was doing their little pop locking and all of that. So when we got back to New York, I said, yo, we should put together a dance group. And we put together a group called the Electric Force. And it was 4 young men, you know what I mean, that was really into that dancing. So we ended up doing that. Hey, yo, we can hear you. She trying to snap and get y'all, trying to get, so y'all gonna edit this out, but, okay, so we put together a group called Double Trouble and the Electric Force. We had a DJ who I was with in the previous group called the Magnificent Seven, and we ended up going back to get him, and his name was Stevie Steve, and we called him the Magnificent, because he was real nice. He was able to do stuff on the turntables that were relatively new to the game at that point. Like now, you know, you see all kinds of DMC battles and DJs doing all kinds of awesome things, and he was one of the first, you know what I mean? So we called him the Magnificent, because at that time, you know, he really was magnificent.
Okay, so I want you to give some inspiring words that you feel as though that people can live by and teach their kids and their grandkids.
Wow, inspiring words for people to live by. The only thing I can say is do unto others as you would have others do unto you. You know what I mean? I like to tell young people to be the best that they could be at whatever it is. Now, most of us don't plan to fail, we just fail to plan. And most people don't understand that nothing works without a plan. You know, so I try to tell young people that be good at what you do, but be better at the business behind what you do. You know what I mean? Because you ain't got to be the greatest writer, you ain't got to be the greatest singer, you ain't got to be the greatest anything, but you got to be a great business person. You got to be able to know how to count that money, how to invest that money, you know, because most people do not understand that in this industry, the lifespan of a song ain't but 3 months. The lifespan of a rap artist ain't but 3 years. So if you're not able to do well within your 3 years, to the point where you can parlay your rap career into movies or TV or whatever, your career is over. Because you don't really want to hear nothing from nobody that's been in the game longer than 3 years. Prime example, Will Smith did very well in the rap game when he was out. But you don't want to hear no records from him right now, unless it's attached to a movie that he's doing. If he's doing a soundtrack to a movie, you'll want to listen to it, but you don't want to hear nothing from Will Smith. So that's just to show you that the lifespan ain't that long.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you so much for being on my show. And basically, y'all have been watching Living Your Dreams with Rosita Cooper and Rodney C. And until next time, let no one and nothing stop you from following your dreams. Peace and love, peace and blessings. Peace.
Peace.